My beloved child, I beckon you to pause your restless mind and open your heart, for in this moment I long to speak gently into your soul about the love and faith that sustain you through every season of your life. I see how you yearn for warmth, assurance, and the certainty of a future that holds promise beyond your current circumstances, and I tell you now that I am ever present, guiding you through unseen valleys and mountainous challenges alike, never once leaving you to wander alone. Even when shadows loom and questions mount, I am here, whispering reminders of a steadfast, unwavering love that was shaped before you ever took your first breath, ensuring that no adversary can truly overwhelm you. Allow my presence to fill your thoughts, taking hold of every worry or doubt, for I am the one who has scripted your destiny with hope woven into every paragraph. Hear me now and trust that my everlasting arms are embracing you, carrying you forward into a radiant tomorrow. You are cherished, you are seen, and you are never alone. I call you precious because that is how I regard you in the depths of my heart. You are more valuable than any gem, more exquisite than any masterpiece ever crafted by human hands, and in your vulnerabilities, I see the beautiful reflection of a spirit that longs for truth, belonging, and my divine presence. Whenever you question your worth, remember that I am the Creator who shaped you with an eternal purpose, weaving each of your days into a tapestry of grace and meaning that surpasses human comprehension. Do not underestimate the immeasurable potential I have placed within you, for you are not here by accident, nor are you a mere product of happenstance. Your unique voice, your heartfelt passion, and your resilient spirit are threads intricately stitched into the grand design of a greater story. I take delight in your journey, rejoicing with each small step of faith, and I hold you closer than you could ever imagine, carrying you through moments of triumph and times of sorrow alike. Stand firm in this truth. You are crafted with intention and sustained by a love that stands unmovable through every tide of life. I see your struggles, the nights when you wrestle with fears that threaten to steal your peace, and the days when the weight of expectations bears heavily upon you. Do not think for a moment that your tears go unnoticed or your silent cries remain unheard, for every sigh of your spirit echoes in my ears. Life may seem uncertain when obstacles appear unyielding, but remember, I am with you in the shadows, illuminating your path with a gentle yet persistent light that calls you toward hope. I know the longing in your heart for reassurance, that quiet plea for answers, and I assure you that none of your questions or confusions disqualify you from my compassion or my grace. You are allowed to feel, to stumble, and to come to me with trembling words and uncertain steps, for I embrace your honest heart and hold you even tighter in the midst of your doubts. Let your faith not falter because of stormy seas, but cling to the promise that I, the master of the winds, am steering your vessel to safe harbors where your soul can finally rest in peace. I am the shield that stands between you and every destructive force that seeks to claim your joy, and though the battle may rage around you, take heart, for victory is assured in my presence. Even when the roar of the enemy seems deafening, and your spirit trembles from the onslaught of trials, I remain firmly planted as your refuge, overshadowing you with the might of an everlasting fortress that never crumbles. At times, you may wonder if your cries for help are lost in the chaos, yet I assure you that every whispered petition rises before my throne like sacred incense, awakening a response that transcends human logic. In your darkest hour, never doubt that I have the power to transform what appears to be defeat into a testimony of overcoming grace that will stand as a pillar of hope for others. Therefore, release your burdens into my capable hands, lift your head with expectancy, and remember that my grace works continually, even when your eyes cannot see its immediate effect. Be of good cheer, for I fight on your behalf. Do not fear the looming uncertainties or the challenges that seem impossible to surmount, for I am not a distant spectator. I am actively fighting for you, orchestrating miracles behind the scenes, and preparing a path that leads you from doubt to confidence, from despair to radiant hope. Stand still and know that I am the one who parts seas and calms storms, the one who brings water from a desert rock and quenches every thirsting soul that seeks me. When discouragement tries to erode your resolve, lift your gaze toward me and know that I will never abandon you to your struggle, nor will I allow you to be consumed by despair when you remain close to my side. If you feel the weight of temptation or weakness, cling to me in prayer, for I meet you there with strong arms and an unwavering resolve to see you restored, uplifted, and renewed. Believe in the power that resides within me, and believe that you are an heir to the promises that transcend every earthly limitation. Keep stepping forward, for I clear the path ahead. I urge you now to rest your anxious thoughts at my feet, for I have seen the burdens you carry, the regrets, the what-ifs, the lingering doubts, and I invite you to exchange those weights for the rest that only my peace can offer. Come to me with honesty, voicing your fears, your joys, your missteps, and your triumphs, for I delight in a heart that pours itself out in genuine communion. Understand that prayer is not a ritual to be perfected, but rather a conversation with the one who knows your name and has loved you since before you ever recognized my face. Release your worries into my hands, for they were never yours to shoulder alone, and trust that my love will guide you through every valley, shining like a beacon when the fog of uncertainty clouds your vision. Let this truth anchor you. As you draw near to me in prayer, you step onto sacred ground where burdens are lifted, souls are healed, and faith is refreshed for the journey ahead. Do this, and find your spirit emboldened. Take comfort in knowing that I have set before you a destiny that holds far more goodness than you have yet imagined, and though the landscape of your present trials may appear daunting, my power extends beyond every barrier that blocks your way. Even now, I am fashioning blessings in unexpected places and preparing relationships that will strengthen you, open doors that will bring new opportunities, and orchestrate moments that will remind you of my ongoing love. At times, you may not see the seeds of hope that have been planted, but trust that in due season they will sprout and flourish, providing you with fresh reminders of my unwavering faithfulness. Let no storm overshadow the truth that I am the Lord of new beginnings, that I make a way through the wilderness, and that I transform barren ground into fertile soil for growth. You are cradled in my promise, and every step forward is a step toward the fulfillment of what I have already spoken over your life. Hold on to hope, for I am faithful. Even when fear tries to seize your heart and whisper that your future is uncertain, do not surrender to that voice, for I am the keeper of your tomorrow, the one who stands at the crossroads of time, beckoning you to move forward with confidence. Rest in the assurance that my hand has gone before you to smooth the rough places and shine a light on hidden dangers, protecting you from what you cannot foresee. Align your heart with my guidance, and I will lead you across seemingly impossible thresholds, granting you wisdom to discern my will and boldness to follow it. Each season, even the trying ones, shapes your character and refines your spirit, cultivating perseverance, humility, and a deeper intimacy with my heart. Therefore, press on with joyful expectation, for you walk in step with the one who knows the end from the beginning, and I am determined to see you thrive in every chapter of your life. Keep trusting, for I will not fail you. Look up and behold the quiet miracles that surround you each day, the sunlight that welcomes you each morning, the steady beat of your heart that reminds you of life's sacredness, the people who stand by you in love, the beauty of creation that testifies to my glory. Remember these small graces when you are tempted to believe that I have forgotten you, for they are fingerprints of my constant care, gentle confirmations that my goodness never fails. The complexity of your challenges might loom large, but my wisdom and sovereignty extend beyond every galaxy and every instant of time, weaving together a tapestry of redemption far grander than the eyes can currently perceive. Let your trust in me become an anchor that holds you firm against the waves of doubt, and let your gratitude for the little things be a daily reminder that my love is intricately woven into the fabric of your existence. Lift your voice in thanksgiving, no matter how fragile it may feel, for a thankful heart opens the door to deeper revelation of my unfailing presence. You are not alone, and I am always near. I celebrate every moment you turn your heart toward me, whether in triumphant praise or in trembling surrender, and I am deeply moved by the sincerity of your devotion. Know that your life is not measured by worldly standards of achievement, but rather by the fullness of your connection to my heart and the depth of your love for others. Though society may sometimes question your worth, look to me for validation, for I call you my treasured possession, written on the very palms of my hands and safeguarded by angels who stand ready at my command. Your destiny is not shaped by your flaws, but by my grace that works all things together for good, transforming your weaknesses into platforms for my strength to shine through. Therefore, walk each day with the knowledge that you are a living vessel of my love, and through you I will reach countless others who long for the same hope that has become a guiding light in your own life. Keep shining, for I rejoice in you. Even in those times when shame creeps in and tries to condemn you for mistakes made or opportunities lost, remember that my mercy triumphs over judgment, and I see beyond every stumble into the potential of your redeemed heart. I am not bound by your past. I am the God who holds your present and who paves your future, inviting you to rise again every time you fall. Do not wallow in regret, but let my forgiveness wash you clean, restoring your peace and equipping you to walk forward unburdened by guilt. If I, the one who is all-knowing and just, choose to forgive you, how much more should you forgive yourself and step into the freedom I have purchased for you? Bask in the radiance of grace that covers your imperfections, and wear the robe of righteousness I have prepared, for it is tailored exactly for you, reminding you that you belong in my presence without shame or fear. Walk on, unshackled and renewed. I understand the pain of disappointment and how it can pierce your spirit, causing you to question your direction, your relationships, and even your purpose. Yet even in the throes of despair, my love is the salve that heals the wounds others cannot see, mending the broken pieces of your heart when it feels like hope has vanished. When the darkness of sorrow seems overpowering, remember that I have already conquered every darkness on your behalf, and I stand ready to shine a healing light into the hidden corners of your being. Do not isolate yourself in these moments. Rather, run into my open arms, for there you will find solace, restoration, and a renewed perspective on how I can bring beauty from the ashes of your most painful trials. I am with you in your mourning, and together we will rise from the ashes with a testimony that proclaims the unstoppable force of my compassion. Trust in that restoring power, for it is at work even now. I see your dreams, those aspirations that fill your mind during quiet moments of reflection, and I am committed to seeing the desires I have planted in your heart come to fruition. Though there may be times when the route seems winding or delayed, do not lose heart, for my timing is perfect, aligning circumstances and shaping your character so that you may receive every gift with wisdom and gratitude. There is no dream too big for me to handle, no vision beyond the reach of my provision, for I specialize in the impossible and delight in revealing my power through vessels of humble faith. Just as a master gardener patiently tends to each seed, ensuring it has the right environment to flourish. I nurture the seeds of destiny within you, pruning away what hinders growth and showering you with the spiritual nutrients you need. Trust that each step of the journey matters to me, and remain faithful even in the small tasks. For I take joy in your obedience and will reward every act of faithful service in due season. Keep dreaming, for I honor each hope surrendered to me. When you grow weary, take a moment to rest in my presence, inhaling the calmness that my spirit imparts, exhaling the burdens that weigh you down, and remembering that I am your eternal source of strength. I do not require your perpetual striving, for I care more about your heart than your performance, and I long for you to find rest in the knowledge that I am sovereign over all things. Let your soul be refreshed by the waters of my living word, which will encourage you, enlighten you, and equip you to stand firm against the fiery arrows of doubt. Though your own strength may fail, remember that I am the God who never tires, never slumbers, and never grows faint. Therefore, when you find your limit, let me take you beyond it, demonstrating my power in your weakness. Surrender your exhaustion to me, for I will renew you like an eagle in flight, granting you the endurance to press on toward the fulfillment of every promise. Stand firm, for I sustain you. Cherish the relationships I have placed in your life, for they are not incidental, but designed to teach you about love, humility, patience, and the joy of sharing your journey with others. Value the laughter, the kindness, the companionship, and even the challenges that arise, because in community, you learn the art of forgiveness, selflessness, and bearing one another's burdens. I bless the bonds that are nurtured in love, and I am present in every sacred connection that points you back to my heart. If certain relationships cause you pain, trust that I can bring healing, or if necessary, I can remove unhealthy ties that stifle your growth and distort your identity. Seek my wisdom in every relational decision, for I yearn to see you surrounded by those who encourage your faith, strengthen your resolve, and remind you of the divine worth you hold in my eyes. Treasure each genuine bond, for I unite you in love. Remember that I have formed you for a purpose far greater than you might currently grasp, and every skill, passion, and life experience is shaped by my hand to be used for my glory. Do not hide your gifts out of fear or insecurities. Instead, present them before me, trusting that as you dedicate your talents to my kingdom, I will multiply their effectiveness far beyond your limited imagination. Your voice matters, your contribution is valued, and your willingness to serve is a pleasing offering that blesses both your soul and the lives of those who are touched by your obedience. There is no small act of kindness in my kingdom, no forgotten deed of generosity, for I see each moment you choose compassion, and I treasure each display of servant-hearted humility. The world may measure success by fame or fortune, but I look at the heart and celebrate the beauty of those who quietly reflect my goodness in the everyday moments of life. Shine where you are, for I see every faithful act. You may wonder if you have strayed too far at times or allowed too many doubts to overshadow the flame of faith you once held, yet I want to assure you that there is no distance I will not travel to find you. I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 to pursue the one, and my heart aches to bring you back into the fold where safety, love, and purpose abide. If you sense a stirring within you, a subtle nudge or a longing for something deeper, do not resist it, for that is my spirit calling you to reconnect with the very source of life. I will not scold you for wandering, but rather celebrate the moment you choose to return home, welcoming you with a grace that wipes away guilt and a love that defies every barrier. Embrace my invitation without delay, for the sooner you return, the quicker we can restore what was lost and ignite a renewed fire that propels you forward with unwavering devotion. Draw near, for I am waiting with open arms. There is no barrier that my love cannot overcome, no shame too deep for my mercy, and no offense too grave for my pardon, because I am the God of boundless forgiveness and relentless kindness. If you find yourself entangled in regrets or bound by chains of bitterness, lay them at my feet, and let me break every shackle with the power of grace that sets captives free. My cross was a testament to the lengths I would go for you, ensuring that every debt could be paid and every separation bridged. The emptiness that often gnaws at your heart can be filled only by my Spirit, and the thirst that this world cannot quench is satisfied by the living water I offer. So come, drink freely, and be refreshed. Release the wounds that cling to you, and step into the joy of redeemed living, for I have called you to live abundantly, unshackled by the past, and propelled by the hope of a glorious future. Embrace this freedom, for it was always my intention for you. When chaos swirls around you and your environment offers no clear path to solace, fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith, and know that I can still the storm with a single command. In times of turbulence, it is often your perspective that needs peace before your circumstances can align. So let my peace guard your heart and mind, transcending the limitations of human understanding. Reach out to me not only with words, but with a heart that believes my promises stand firm, for even in the chaos, my sovereignty remains unshaken. You need not carry the burden of figuring everything out, because I am guiding you. Let me illuminate your path step by step, granting you the faith to trust even when you do not see the entire picture. Surrender your anxieties to me and allow my reassurance to flow into your spirit like a calming river, reminding you that I hold your life in my capable hands, and I will never fail you. Receive this peace, for it steadies your soul. Rejoice in me, not because your circumstances are perfect, but because I am perfect in love and faithful in my commitment to you. Cultivate gratitude for the blessings that are already present, the breath that fills your lungs, the measure of health that enables you to move forward, the relationships that sustain your courage, and the knowledge of a grace that never runs dry. When you choose gratitude over complaint, you shift your focus toward hope, placing your trust in the one who is eternally good. Let your praise become a weapon against despair, for when you magnify who I am rather than the problems you face, your spirit takes flight on wings of confidence in my unwavering character. Keep your heart set on thanksgiving, and watch as the horizon of your life becomes clearer, revealing new ways I am working on your behalf. Celebrate these small victories, for they feed the flame of hope. I want to speak specifically into your life regarding those personal dreams or promises you once held close, but have since buried under layers of discouragement or busyness. Know that I am the restorer of lost visions, the one who can reignite embers long grown cold, breathing fresh life into that which you thought was dead. Do not label certain desires as impossible, for I revel in proving that all things are possible through my power, and I delight in partnering with you to accomplish feats that testify of my majesty. Lay your disappointments before me, trusting that my timing is always superior, and open your heart to receive new direction, new strategies, and new boldness to pursue the callings I have stamped onto your soul. It is never too late to dream again, to believe again, and to step out in faith toward the horizon where my light beckons you onward. Step forward, for I am the God of resurrection power. Guard your heart against negativity and cynicism, for these can erode your faith and eclipse the tenderness I wish to cultivate within you. Be vigilant about the voices you allow to shape your narrative, and choose to fill your mind with words of truth, promises of hope, and reminders of my unwavering presence. At times, you may have to distance yourself from influences that continually sow doubt or feed anger in your soul, and that is an act of wisdom that paves the way for my peace to reign. Surround yourself with those who encourage your pursuit of righteousness and push you closer to me. For I created my people to sharpen one another like iron, forging strong, purposeful lives in the fire of unity. Protect the wellspring of your heart, for it is a sacred place where my spirit desires to dwell, guiding you in love, joy, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. Stay vigilant, for I am your strong tower. Reflect often on the truth that I see the end from the beginning, and every twist or turn in your life story is known to me, planned for, and woven into my redemptive masterpiece. Even your detours and mistakes can become testimonies of grace when surrendered to my loving hands. Do not worry that you have derailed my plan, for no human error can override my sovereign will, and I will always offer you a way to realign with the path I designed for you. At each crossroad, seek my counsel and trust the prompting of my spirit, whether through scripture, a gentle conviction, or wise counsel from a fellow believer. I have not left you to wander aimlessly, but have given you a lamp unto your feet, guiding you forward so that each step resonates with the promise of a destiny set apart for my glory. Walk boldly, for I am your compass. Pause for a moment to contemplate the magnitude of my love for you, a love so vast it defies words, so powerful it triumphs over every darkness, and so personal it embraces each detail of who you are. If doubts arise, look at the cross and see the length I went to secure your forgiveness, or observe the empty tomb that declares my victory over death itself, proving that there is no power in heaven or on earth that can defeat my purpose for you. Rest in that victory, letting it infuse your heart with a confidence that no challenge can erase. I have called you by name, and you are mine, set apart for a life that reflects my holiness and radiates my compassion to a world desperate for genuine hope. In the safety of my love, your fears dissolve, your wounds begin to mend, and your spirit finds the courage to soar beyond the boundaries of the past. Live boldly in the light of my completed work. When life feels overwhelming, remember that I stand ready to exchange your heaviness for a garment of praise and your sighs for songs of deliverance that ring throughout the heavens. Do not carry your burdens in isolation, for I have placed you in a community of believers, and I am personally involved in lightening your load. Open your heart to the help of others, for they are often the channels of my grace, willing and able to reflect my kindness through hands-on support and earnest prayers. Recognize that vulnerability is not weakness. Rather, it invites deeper connections and reminds you that you were never meant to journey alone. And in each instance of receiving help, let gratitude well up, for you will see yet another demonstration of how I orchestrate solutions for your needs, validating once more that my eye is upon you. Rejoice in my care, for my family surrounds you in love. Let your faith be more than just belief. Turn it into action that demonstrates trust in my promises, even when your senses cannot confirm their reality. Step out onto the waters of uncertainty, for it is in that place your faith is stretched, refined, and proven genuine like gold tested by fire. I do not desire blind leaps without my guidance, but rather a confident move in step with my direction, knowing that where I lead, my provision follows. Whether your next step is small or grand, do it with a heart that says, Lord, I trust you, and see how I empower every obedient move with the resources, wisdom, and favor you need. Let your faith-filled deeds be a testament to others that I am alive, active, and caring for my children, ready to show compassion and mercy at every turn. Be bold, for I delight in your courageous steps. In your quiet moments, tune your ear to the gentle whisper of my spirit, for I speak not only in the mighty winds or the spectacular displays, but also in the stillness where your soul can perceive my instructions. Learn to rest in silence, turning down the volume of distractions so that you might become more aware of my presence that envelops you constantly. In this intimate communion, I will minister to your heart, reminding you of your identity in me and reaffirming the calling I have placed upon your life. Seek these moments of solitude, for in them I will unravel mysteries, soothe anxieties, and infuse you with the undeniable conviction that I am real and that I am for you. Draw near to me in the quiet spaces, and I will show you wonders you cannot fathom amidst the noise and clamor of everyday life. Listen closely, for my voice brings peace. Be assured that I do not use shame or guilt as tools to manipulate your behavior, for my correction is always rooted in love and intended for your growth, never for your condemnation. If at times I highlight areas in your life that need adjustment, receive my discipline as an act of profound affection, understanding that I only prune what I desire to see flourish more abundantly. I cherish you too much to leave you in patterns that harm you, so I lead you toward wholeness, offering the power of my spirit to overcome every bondage. In the process, you discover the freedom that arises when burdens are cast aside in favor of righteousness, and you find that obedience is not a heavy yoke, but a joyful dance with the one who knows precisely how you were designed to flourish. Embrace my correction with gratitude, for it unveils the breadth of my devotion. Celebrate growth, for it reflects my active hand in your life. Do not fear the unknown chapters of your story, for I, who orchestrate eternity, hold each of your tomorrows with unwavering authority. Whether you are standing on a mountaintop of success or navigating a valley of despair, I remain your constant companion, your unshakable fortress. Release control of trying to map out every detail of your future and walk hand in hand with me, trusting that I will direct your steps as you remain open to my guidance. My word is a lamp that illuminates your path, but it often does so one step at a time, fostering a relationship of dependence on my wisdom. Rest in that dependence. It is not a sign of weakness, but a hallmark of surrendered faith that allows miracles to flourish in your life. Keep moving forward, for I guide each step. When you doubt your own capacity to fulfill the tasks ahead, recall that I delight in empowering the humble, revealing my glory through vessels that recognize their need for my hand. In your weakness, my power is perfected, making you a living testament to grace that overcomes all obstacles. You might not have all the credentials, resources, or the skill set you believe are necessary, but my spirit within you can accomplish more in one moment of divine anointing than decades of human effort can achieve. Fix your eyes on what I can do rather than what you cannot, and watch as mountains melt away at the sound of your faith-filled proclamation. I have not called you to rely on your own might, but on the inexhaustible reservoir of my strength, which never diminishes and is always available to those who seek me earnestly. Rise up, for I am your confidence. Carry a vision of hope wherever you go, letting your countenance reflect the warmth of my presence, and allow your words to be seasoned with grace, comfort, and truth. The world is in desperate need of genuine compassion, and you, as my ambassador, are equipped to share the message of a love so profound it transforms hearts. Do not hesitate to speak kindly, to act generously, or to show empathy, for in doing these things, you reveal my character to those who have yet to encounter me personally. Indeed, every act of kindness becomes a seed of faith sown into another person's life, and though you may not see its harvest immediately, trust that I will water it in my perfect timing. Reflect my heart, and know that as you bless others, you too will be blessed with an ever-deepening awareness of my closeness. Let compassion guide your steps, for I move through you. Remember that your journey of faith is not merely an individual pursuit, but part of a grand tapestry of believers who have gone before you, stand beside you, and will follow after you. Honor the wisdom of those who have walked in faith, gleaning lessons from their testimonies, while also providing guidance to those who will learn from your own experiences. My Spirit unites all who call upon my name, transcending boundaries of language, culture, and age, forming a fellowship where my presence dwells in power. Rejoice in this collective identity, for you are never alone in your trials or triumphs. You belong to a family that spans generations and finds its strength in my eternal promise. Celebrate this heritage and take comfort in the communal bond that shares your burdens, amplifies your joy, and consistently points you back to my love. You are part of my people, and my people are part of you. As you continue to walk forward, keep your heart attuned to my ways, for life will present countless diversions designed to draw you away from my truth. Whether these distractions come in the form of entertainment, material pursuits, or the clamor of opinions, be mindful that what you feed your spirit will influence your perspective and your decisions. Make time to feast upon my word, to meditate on its precepts, and to apply its wisdom to the everyday realities you face. Let prayer and worship be as natural to you as breath, creating a posture of openness to my will. Above all, stay sincere in your devotion, for I look not for perfunctory rituals, but for worshipers who come before me with genuine hearts, seeking to love me wholeheartedly. Keep seeking my face, for I reward those who diligently pursue me. I have already paved a future bursting with abundance and favor, but abundance does not merely refer to material prosperity. It encompasses peace of mind, richness of relationships, and the deep joy that comes from a life aligned with my purposes. Do not become discouraged if the road you take to these blessings seems convoluted or longer than expected, for patience refines your character and produces endurance. In the midst of every delay, cling to the hope that I am orchestrating events so that when the blessing arrives, it arrives in the fullness of my timing, bringing with it an undeniable confirmation that my hand was at work. Let your spirit remain hopeful, actively thanking me for what is yet unseen, as an expression of faith that pleases my heart. Continue to trust, continue to sow seeds of love and generosity, and expect the bounty of my goodness to manifest at precisely the right moment. Know that I hold your future secure. In those seasons when your prayers seem to go unanswered and heaven appears silent, do not conclude that I have turned away, for my silence can be a space of preparation, a time where I shape your trust and deepen your reliance on my sovereignty. The greatest stories of faith often involve periods of waiting, where the only option is to cling to the promise of my presence. Indeed, it is in these silent stretches that your spiritual roots grow deep, tapping into reservoirs of grace and resilience you never knew existed. Trust that I am still working behind the scenes, orchestrating a grand unveiling of my plan, which will far surpass what you initially envisioned. The silence, too, is part of your redemption story, teaching you that my love remains steadfast even when visible signs are scarce. Press on, for I hold you in every quiet moment. Now I invite you to open your heart in prayer, to lay before me the anxieties that keep you awake, the hopes that enliven your spirit, the regrets that burden your conscience, and the praise that overflows in gratitude. Pour out your heart with honest words, for I am listening to every syllable, cherishing every confession, and celebrating every act of adoration. You do not need to craft eloquent speeches. Simple sincerity is enough, because the posture of your heart matters more than the perfection of your phrases. In this sweet communion, I will exchange your fears for courage, your doubts for unwavering faith, and your worries for the peace that surpasses understanding. Come, speak to me, and know that I will respond, sometimes in ways that surprise you, but always with the intention to bless, guide, and draw you closer to my heart. Pray without ceasing, for I cherish your voice. I desire to breathe new life into the areas of your soul that feel stagnant or withered, reminding you that I am the God of renewal, capable of reviving what appears hopeless. The dead dreams, the brittle relationships, the passions that once blazed bright but have grown dim, I will restore them as you surrender them into my hands. Let your spirit come alive with fresh expectancy, for I delight in restoring what was lost, and I marvel at your faith when you choose to believe in my ability over the bleakness of your present perception. With every sunrise, my mercies are renewed, painting a fresh canvas of opportunity for your faith to take flight. Embrace this renewal and celebrate each small sign of progress, trusting that the Spirit who raised Christ from the dead dwells within you to bring resurrection power to your everyday reality. Celebrate the newness I bring, for it is a gift of my grace. Persevere in kindness, for even a small act of compassion can set into motion a wave of transformation that echoes beyond your immediate surroundings. Each time you choose to love someone in my name, you become a living testimony of the grace you have received, creating a ripple effect that carries my touch into places you cannot physically go. Do not underestimate the power of your words, your prayers, and your warm embrace when shared in genuine compassion. You serve as my hands and feet, tangibly illustrating to the world that love is not a distant ideal, but a reality that changes lives. Let your kindness bloom in unexpected moments, reminding those you encounter that hope remains and that I am with them through every trial, just as I am with you. Press on in love, for it is the mark of my children. As you continue to draw near to me, you will find that my perspective on your trials and triumphs is far broader than your own, offering clarity in confusion and peace in turmoil. I will heighten your spiritual senses, enabling you to discern my voice amid the clamor of the world, to recognize the promptings of my spirit that guide you toward truth. In this heightened awareness, you will become a steward of the mysteries of grace, entrusted with revelations that bring encouragement and deliverance to those who are trapped in hopelessness. Cherish this intimacy, for it is the wellspring of authentic ministry and the cornerstone of your identity as my beloved child. Nurture it with diligent prayer, consistent devotion, and a heart that yearns for deeper communion, and watch as my glory illuminates every corner of your life. Remain steadfast, and I will continue revealing more of myself. Fear not when your journey takes you into foreign places or unfamiliar situations, for I have already gone ahead of you, marking the path you should take and equipping you with the wisdom and courage to face new challenges. Remember that you are a light bearer, and darkness cannot overcome the brilliance of my truth radiating through you. Even if you feel unqualified or hesitant, place your hand in mine, for I will steady you, empower you, and supply every resource you need to fulfill the assignments I entrust to you. Acknowledge your dependence on me, and watch how your weakness becomes a stage upon which my strength can perform miracles, draw hearts, and showcase the reality of my kingdom. You were made for such a time as this, and no frontier is too daunting when you walk in my shadow. Rise, for I lead you onward. Reflect on how far we have traveled together, through trials that seemed insurmountable, through losses that felt unbearable, through joys so profound they brought tears to your eyes, and recognize my faithfulness in each chapter. Those memorial stones of past victories and deliverances are reminders that I never change, and the same God who rescued you before will do so again and again. Meditate on the testimonies of your own life and the lives of others, for they stand as living proof that I am reliable, unchanging, and intimately engaged in the details of your story. Let this reflection fuel your gratitude and embolden your faith, spurring you on to trust me for even greater exploits in the days to come. Together, we will forge ahead, confident that my loving sovereignty remains unshaken. Hold to this hope, for I never waver. In the hush of the night, when thoughts swirl and worries rattle the corners of your mind, remember my voice that spoke creation into being, for it has the power to speak stillness into your chaos. Let that voice be the lullaby that soothes you, the assurance that your tomorrow is secure, and the impetus to close your eyes without fear. I do not rest, so you can. I stand guard over your soul, never dozing, never distracted, always attentive to every shift in your spirit. And when you awaken, greet the day with the awareness that my mercies are renewed like the morning dew, blanketing your life with favor. So sleep in peace and rise in hope. For my covenant of love remains steadfast throughout the night and into each sunrise. Rest peacefully, for I never leave your side. As you journey onward, remain teachable, for I am constantly unveiling new facets of my character, inviting you into deeper revelations of my love, justice, mercy, and sovereignty. Stay humble enough to learn from both triumphs and mistakes, from the wise counsel of elders, and the innocence of children whose faith is often more profound than you realize. Lay aside pride, for I oppose the proud but give grace to the humble, lifting them to heights they never could achieve through self-effort. Embrace a posture of continual growth, for it pleases me when your knowledge of me expands, transforming your heart and shaping you into a more accurate reflection of my Son. Keep your heart malleable, eager to learn, and you will discover that my kingdom is boundless in wonder and depth. Continue growing, for in that growth my beauty is revealed. Know that each day you remain close to me, I will enlarge your capacity for love, love for others, love for yourself, and love for the purpose I have set before you. This love is not of human origin, but a supernatural outflow of my Spirit, enabling you to forgive the unforgivable, to embrace the outcast, and to show kindness to those who test your patience. In doing so, you reflect the essence of who I am, love in its purest, most relentless form. Rejoice, for this love is the key that unlocks the hardest hearts, the balm that heals the deepest wounds, and the testament that my kingdom is among you. Cultivate it diligently, allow it to flourish through acts of empathy, service, and words that edify, and you will see the world around you transformed one heart at a time. Let love guide you, for it is my highest command. Remember that I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So stand against the intimidation of the enemy who seeks to stifle your potential. Declare my promises over your life, speaking life where others speak death. For your words carry the power of agreement with my truth when you utter them in faith. Let the spirit of boldness rise within you, not a reckless arrogance, but a humble confidence that stems from knowing I am the rock upon which you stand. Even if adversity intensifies, hold tight to my word, for it is an unbreakable fortress. When you speak my truth in love and walk in integrity, the darkness loses its hold, and you become a catalyst for change in the spaces you occupy. Advance with courage, for I stand as your defense. Pause now and celebrate the progress you have made, the character you have developed, and the ways in which you have allowed my grace to shape your reactions, desires, and direction. You are not who you once were, and that is a testament to the transformative power of my presence in your life. Acknowledge these growth points without pride, but with gratitude, for every step of maturity is a reflection of my faithful work within you. As you press on, keep inviting me into each transition, each challenge, and each opportunity, for I am eager to walk alongside you, providing everything necessary to fulfill your calling. Let praise continually flow from your lips, acknowledging that I am your source and sustainer, and trusting that I will complete the good work I began in you. Lift a song of thanksgiving, for your life reveals my handiwork. Even in moments when you do not sense my nearness, I am weaving your life into a masterpiece, orchestrating intricate details that will reveal my sovereignty and faithfulness. My presence is not always accompanied by strong emotions. Sometimes it is the quiet confidence in your heart that assures you I am here, leading you through each moment of uncertainty. Trust that my plans for you extend beyond your immediate reality, into realms of blessing and opportunity that will eventually unveil the splendor of my handiwork. Remain steadfast in your devotion, continuing to seek me above all else, for it is in consistent communion that you recognize my subtle guidance and discern how I am shaping your footsteps. Know that in my eternal timeline, everything fits perfectly, weaving a story of redemption, courage, and victory that testifies to my goodness. Hope unwaveringly, for I am faithful to the end. Therefore, my beloved child, take courage in every promise I have spoken, hold fast to the faith you have professed, and walk forward with the confidence that can only come from knowing you are deeply loved and eternally held. No trial, no enemy, no failure has the power to sever you from my embrace or derail the purpose for which I have destined you. Stand tall, for my spirit is within you, breathing life into your weary bones and kindling a fire that burns bright in a world in need of light. Let hope be your banner, love your language, and faith your unwavering foundation, and watch as my hand moves mightily on your behalf. Cling to this truth: you are never alone, for I am with you always, enveloping you in my infinite love and preparing you to witness the wonders I will perform. Walk boldly, for I am your everlasting strength. I reaffirm my love that endures the test of time and remains unchanging through every circumstance you face. It is a love that nurtures, empowers, disciplines, and restores, always seeking your highest good and your ultimate fulfillment in my presence. I bless you now with the reassurance that you are protected under my watchful gaze, that your family is held in my tender care, and that your future sparkles with the possibility of new mercies. Go forth with peace in your heart, trusting that the best is yet to come, for with each sunrise my faithfulness greets you anew, and with each step you take in faith, you draw closer to the fullness of my plan. Stand strong, keep your eyes fixed on me, and let the knowledge of my unwavering devotion fill you with a holy anticipation for the days ahead. Finally, as you continue along this path of faith and discovery, remember that every chapter of your journey has significance, shaping you into the vessel through which I can pour out compassion, wisdom, and healing. Invite me into every victory and defeat, every celebration and sorrow, for in doing so, you remain connected to the source of love that transcends all earthly limitation. Believe that I am orchestrating divine connections, setting up appointments for breakthroughs you have been praying for, and aligning your heart with mine so that your will and my will become one. Do not be afraid to dream even bigger, to love even deeper, and to hope against all odds, for my reservoir of grace is inexhaustible, and my delight is to see you flourish in the fullness of my promise. So hold fast, press on, and be assured that your story is a living testament to the unstoppable power of my presence. Look forward, for I delight in guiding you every step of the way. Let your heart find rest in the knowledge that even in seasons of waiting, I am actively preparing new vistas of possibility and knitting together threads of destiny for your good. Every difficulty can become an invitation to lean into my strength, every unanswered question a portal into greater trust, and every disappointment a seedbed for a miracle that will reveal my glory. Remember this always: you do not walk alone, nor do you fight your battles in solitude. I cover you with the shelter of my wings, overshadow you with the brilliance of my presence, and infuse your spirit with courage that cannot be extinguished by trials. As you hold on to faith, I will meet you in the place of your greatest need, transforming the rubble of your challenges into stepping stones toward a future marked by my favor. Keep your gaze fixed on me, confident that I am writing a story more profound, more beautiful, and more triumphant than you can presently comprehend. Embrace the peace I offer you now, a peace that settles beyond circumstance, a peace that declares victory even before battles are won, a peace that testifies to the abiding reality of my kingdom in your life. Walk forward with a steadfast spirit, motivated by my love and grounded in the eternal truth that I have called you by name. Let the echoes of my promises fill your mind, allowing no voice of discouragement or accusation to drown out my words of comfort and assurance. You are seen, you are loved, you are chosen, and you are destined for the wondrous plans I have laid out for you. With these truths secure in your heart, extend compassion to the weary, offer hope to the hopeless, and shine as a beacon to those still longing for a glimmer of divine grace. For I, your God, walk beside you every moment of every day, and in my endless devotion I will never let you go. Now rise, my beloved, and journey forth with the joyful conviction that the best is yet to come. Go, therefore, with confidence and a heart brimming with faith, certain that you are encompassed in my everlasting arms. I am with you always, and I will carry you through every challenge, unveiling greater wonders as you continue to trust in my unshakable love.